Well, as the world continues to mourn the lives lost in the attacks on the New Zealand mosque, the country's prime minister says that she won't be complicit in the alleged gunman's mission.
He obviously had a range of reasons for committing this atrocious terrorist attack. Lifting his profile was one of them, and that's something that we can absolutely deny him.
Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says that she will not address the suspect by name, arguing fame is what he craves. The alleged gunman live streamed the deadly attack on Facebook. Ardern is now putting pressure on the internet platforms like Facebook to do more to fight the spread of extremism. The social media site says more than 1 million copies of the video were taken down in the first 24 hours after the shooting. A new article published by the Washington Post investigates the flaws within social media that allows users to publish violent acts of hate and how companies like YouTube are responding to removing problematic videos published on their platform. Joining us now from San Francisco is the Washington Post Silicon Valley correspondent, Elizabeth Doyschken. Elizabeth, so the mosque shootings in New Zealand were designed to go viral. Can you just sort of explain what YouTube did in the moment after they realized this video was out there?
I think from the moment that the video was uploaded for the first time, YouTube was aware of it pretty soon after, which would have been our Thursday night. First it's live streamed on Facebook, and then people start immediately taking it off of Facebook and recording it. And as they're recording it, they're making these announcements on dark channels on the internet like 8chan, saying, "Come on, post it on YouTube, post it." So there's this really organized effort to try to post it on YouTube especially. And that's called brigading, when there's these organized efforts. It's not something that the companies are unfamiliar with. Mm-hmm. So they see it on Tuesday night and they kick in this war room, also something they've done in the past. They call their incident commanders, they get into gear. But by the next day, people are still uploading like crazy, and they're uploading different permutations of the video. And then still the next afternoon, we're now talking Friday afternoon, the videos are still being uploaded and going viral. And so particularly YouTube started basically to hit the panic button. Mm-hmm. And they took extreme measures, which they've never taken before, to basically dismantle core features of YouTube that are still dismantled right now in order to stop the bleeding.
You know, it's just remarkable to hear you saying they're still dismantled at this point. Once, videos like this are published, you mentioned a little bit about how users can sort of alter the footage with minor changes in an attempt to really avoid being detected on a platform like this. How did the attacks in New Zealand really expose these flaws in the YouTube detection service?
It's very, very worrisome. This was like, in my view, a profound flaw. So companies are able to detect variations in a video. You know, the classic example is a movie copyright. They're constantly detecting pirated movies at the moment of upload. Also, ISIS recruiting videos, they can collect a lot of those. But the reason is because they have pre-recordings of those videos. Same with child porn. It's called hashing. A lot of companies, when they see it, they use this hashing technology where they create a carbon copy of the video, and the AI can see when little pieces of it are being uploaded. The problem is, in this case, they didn't have the recording long enough for the AI to really understand all the possible permutations, which to me boggles my mind, because you're like, this is Google. This is the most sophisticated AI company in the world.
This is what
Why
I just
can't they understand these permutations?
I don't get this. You know, when I watched the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, I was so moved by it. I posted a video of Freddie Mercury singing that in a London concert, and within 2 seconds, it was banned. I was wondering why nobody was liking my Instagram photo. Then I realized, I kept uploading and realizing that they blocked it because of rights. Like, nobody would allow it to go on. So how can a Freddie Mercury video be blocked, and then all of a sudden something like this with violence isn't?
Yeah, I mean, here's the back. You know, what they kept telling me, the issue was the fact that they didn't have the pre-recordings for long enough.
Yeah.
That's not satisfying to me. I think the broader picture is that on areas like copyright, these companies have been regulated for a long time. As we know, tech companies are barely regulated. The very few things that they are regulated on, the very few pieces of content for which they're liable for keeping off their sites are child porn and copyright. And so naturally, they've poured in billions of dollars of resources into policing that, and they figured out a good enough system. But with issues like stuff like graphic violence, by the way, in some countries like New Zealand, it's actually illegal to post that stuff. But in the United States, under our regulatory regime, It's not. And so the companies are, especially like a YouTube or a Facebook, we're talking they're just 2 years in trying to develop technologies that can sense and detect this stuff in real time. And what's really sad is that even though the real-time systems, the AI, didn't work, remember, we're talking the most sophisticated AI companies in the world. These engineers make $4 million a year, some of them.
Yeah.
They still couldn't. And also, their human moderator system didn't work either because that was moving too slow. So not slowly. So not the humans and not the AI. Neither worked as it should.
You know, we spent a lot of time talking about tech in this hour on the show, but I just can't get over the fact of how behind our laws in Congress are with so many other people in other countries at this point. I'm wondering if Congress will eventually be motivated to do more. Elizabeth Doyschkin, I want to thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.